Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. You're craving tamales but don't want to put in all that work? Well, I have a recipe that tastes pretty darn close to what you're thinking. We're going to make a tamale pie in a crock pot. You can also do this in the oven, but we're going to do it in the crock pot because I'm lazy. First step, I have all my ingredients out. You need 1 pound of ground beef. You can use whatever meat you want. You need the 16-ounce can of diced tomatoes. I'm thinking draining it, but I have the diced tomatoes with green chili, and that's smaller. So I think the small one is 10 ounces, so I'll use that. And then that's 14 and a half, so I'll use like half of that. Next thing I'm going to do is sweet corn, drained. I'm going to do some beans. I can't find any black beans, but we do have these kidney beans, so I'm going to drain and rinse those. Some cumin and taco seasoning. The recipe calls for chili mix, but I don't have any of that, so I want it to taste like a darn taco. I'll add some cumin for some smokiness. The crock pot, I have this out to spray the dish so it doesn't stick. If you want another tip about how to use your cooking sprays, check out my other video on how to use that. Next thing for the pie part, the cornmeal part. This recipe calls for cornmeal. It's about 3/4 or 1/4 of a cup, 1 egg, 1.5 cups of milk. Use whatever milk you want. The next thing is your Mexican style or shredded cheddar cheese. You want about a cup of that. You're not going to put that on until like the last 5 minutes of it cooking. It's going to take about 1 hour on high in the crock pot and 3 hours on low. So it's a total of 4 hours. Ooh, my hands look so old. Anyway, I'm going to brown up my meat. It's just 1 pound. Or if you want to make it vegetarian, leave that out. Add in another can of whatever beans you like. I usually like the chili beans or black beans. But I'm going to get my meat to browning and check back with you. Thanks for watching. While the meat is in the skillet browning, I'm going to whip up my cornmeal mix. Forgot to say you need 1 egg. So I'm just going to attempt to break it in there. Oh, yep, there goes half the shell. Good job. Life happens. I found it. I found it. I found it. I found the shell. And my 3/4 cup cornmeal. Mix this together and set her aside. Check on my meat. Next step, we're going to add our seasoning. Like I said, it's like a packet of chili seasoning. I'm using taco seasoning. I buy it in bulk. You got about 3 tablespoons, and I added about half a teaspoon of cumin to it. And we're just going to flavor up our meat. Get some flavor in there. Stir around. Oh, see, it's definitely brown. I'm going to get some water for it so I can loosen up the bottom. Get her steamy. Stir it around, loosen up everything. Try and do this with 1 hand. 1 hand. Got 1 hand. A little bit more. And then I went ahead and mixed all my flavors, which I got like a lot of the diced tomatoes with the chilies, can of corn, can of use kidney beans. You can use whatever beans you want. I would prefer like the beans with the chili, like the chili beans. They already got the sauce in there. Those taste good. Mix this together. Get it a little warm. And then it will be on to the next step. I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of red enchilada sauce. So I did like half a can. Whatever one you want. It's a 10-ounce can. I just did half and put it in here. I like it flavorful. And I have this sitting over to the side, the cornmeal mix. So I'll check back in with the next step after this has gotten nice and merry together. Getting merry. Okay, so I put my meat mixture in there. It says to mix it together with the cornmeal stuff, but I'm not going to. Because I'm going to, like, drizzle it in. But it also says save cheese for the top, but I like cheese. So we're going to put about a half a cup of cheese on top. Help thicken her up. Next step. I got one hand on you. One hand. Pour this in, which is the cornmeal mixture with about a cup of cornmeal. Oh, see, it's all stuck. Let me scrape that out and then stir this up and then put the lid on. You want to cook it on high for 1 hour, then low for 3 hours, and we'll check back then. Lid on, if it will go on. High. 1 hour. See you in 1 hour. Okay, high for 1 hour. We've set the timer to low for 3 hours. So we'll check back in 3 and see what it looks like. Don't open it. Oh, my dog just took a dive. Want to see her dive? She gets so happy and moves furniture. And wiggles her butt. Quit wiping your boogers on the furniture. You done? Alright, she's done. Okay, so after 1 hour on high, 3 hours on low, let's open this puppy up and see what's going on. Oh, it's so steamy. So steamy. I don't want to mix it, but I kind of do to make sure it's done. And we're going to do a cup of cheese on top. So here's a half cup on that side. And yes, I'm using my hands. They're the best measuring cups ever. Recipe says to let it sit. Put the lid back on. 5 minutes. So let's check back in 5 minutes. Okay, the cheese has been trying to melt apparently for probably 10 minutes. I'm going to add some black sliced olives on top. We're going to top it with that, let it sit, and then scoop her up. She is done. And there she is, all dished up with some extra cheese, dollop of sour cream, and a couple more olives. Shh, don't tell my husband. Thanks for watching. Bye.